Hello, Hillary here with Stella J. I believe it's week 4, working on this van conversion of my Ford Transit 350 passenger wagon. This week I am going to be doing the pre-wiring for my electrical system and hopefully getting to some subfloor and insulation. But my goal today is to get started on this pre-wiring. I'm not going to say finish because, as we've noticed, everything takes quite a bit longer than I expected to. So expectations are low today. I am starting later in the day. I helped my friend with a project this morning. And yeah, so here we go. So a few quick things. When doing my research this week for what I needed to do this pre-wiring, I realized that I needed to basically have my complete outline for the van done. And I'm sure a lot of people do that in the very beginning, but you know, me being me, I've had it kind of in my head all along, but you really need to know kind of where you want things to go. So I drew my little diagram, and you probably can't see anything, but that's basically like, I want my bed in the back. Over here I'm gonna have my kitchen area, my galley, my sink, and my stove. And then over on this side I'm gonna have one long cabinet so I can have a hanging section, and then the bottom part is gonna be my pantry. I'm gonna have a drawer pantry. And then over here I'm going to have a banquette, and that's going to be my chill area, and underneath that is going to be my fridge. Things to think about, right? And the thing is you can always put in more wires than you need and label them and just have them as extra if you don't actually need them, which is also an option, and better safe than sorry, you know? I'm just going to start out by taking my painter's tape and writing down everything that I need so I don't miss anything, and then I'm going to start just measuring and cutting. So, I haven't been out here in a couple of weeks because, well, part of the reason is because I've been working a lot more. We're having a hard time staffing at the restaurant, and so, yeah, I've just been helping out at work. I went to the beach, and on the days off that I have, I've had a really hard time motivating myself to do much of anything. I think I've been paralyzed by perfectionism and overwhelm, and yeah, I have no idea where you are with your van build, but I've had a couple of conversations over the last couple of weeks that have really helped to give me some perspective. One of the points is that I have curated this life of freedom for myself, and that whatever pressure I put on myself about a timeline or anything that I need to get done with this van is self-imposed and imaginary. So this project can take as long as it needs to. A small caveat to that is I don't want to be in Atlanta for a really long time. My job wants me to stay, and I love being around my friends and family, but I'm building this van because I want to be back on the road and I want to be back adventuring. So it's been important, and my roommate's been a lovely reminder of like, Hillary, what's your why? Why are you doing this? And the why is freedom. And if I'm not experiencing that joy and freedom in the present during this process, like, what am I even doing? Easier said than done. I know it here, still figuring it out here. And on those days when I wake up and I just don't want to do anything, it's been really hard to give myself a break. Working on it. Progress, not perfection. And that is my other point that I wanted to talk about that's been helping me motivate. I've been listening to Marie Forleo's book while I've been driving around, and her book is called Everything is Figureoutable, and that's one of my favorite mantras. If you worked with me in wilderness, or I worked with you in wilderness, then you know that it's one of my favorite sayings. Everything is figureoutable. There's always a way to figure it out. Maybe you just don't know enough yet, maybe you don't have the tools you need, maybe you need help, but there's a solution, you know, somewhere in there. So when I was listening to her book today on my way over here, she was talking about progress, not perfection. And, you know, we always say, you know, perfection and, you know, comparisons are the thief of joy. And I want to do this project with joy. And I know that it's going to come with frustration and that it's going to be hard. But she talked about the concept that, you know, a lot of us like have really good taste and high aspirations and goals for what we want to do. But when we're new at something, we forget that, like, yeah, we're not going to be immediately good at it. And I knew that I wasn't going to be immediately good at building out a van, but I didn't expect it to be this hard. And I haven't really even done anything yet, right? Like, I've gutted it, and that seems super easy, but it's all been harder than I thought it would be. So she talks about how as we're doing things for the first time, because we have really good taste, that our results aren't always going to match up to our expectations and hopes and, you know, our taste of, you know, what we think is quality work. So all of that to say, there's been so much happening here and here for me in this process, which I know I will look back on and be like, oh girl, why were you so hard on yourself? But in the moment, sometimes it's just hard to have that perspective. So, here she goes, waterworks. I'm just gonna show up. I'm gonna show up when I can, and I'm gonna try to be kind to myself when I don't feel like I can. And I'm gonna take a lot of deep breaths. All that being said, I just want to say to you, whoever is watching this, maybe you're just watching it because you know me and you love me and you want to see what I'm doing. And to you, I thank you and I love you and I'm so glad you're here. But if you're someone who has found this, who is trying to do something really hard for the first time by themselves, and you're curious about reasons you're avoiding it or why it's so hard for you, because man, it didn't look this hard in a lot of videos I watched, and maybe I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that judgment of me right now. I just want you to know that you're not alone, and we can do this, because I'm doing it, and I'm not gonna give up just because it's hard. Not doing it. I'm not gonna give up. This is something I really want, and this is a challenge that I really want. And even if this is just a video reminder for me when it gets harder, or to look back and just see how I push through. Man, we are resilient human beings, and building a van, in the grand scheme of things, just like isn't worth getting this worked up about. I have so much to be grateful for, so much to be thankful for, and when I remember that, I'm okay. So here's your reminder of all the things that you already have to be grateful for. And then I give myself a moment. I've been doing this every day, actually, doing a meditation visualization for the future. Visualizing myself in this van, built out in some beautiful, beautiful space where I have all the freedom in the world, in this house that is my vehicle, that I have built myself, and I'm so proud of, and feeling so accomplished. And when I think about that, I get excited again, and I'm like, okay. And I just go back to one of my favorite books, Bird by Bird, one thing at a time, just one thing at a time. So today, I'm going to finish the pre-wiring for the electric in my tiny home Stella J. And I thank you for being here with me in the process, and I hope you are enjoying my blunders and my attempts, and laughing along with me, even if I might take a little longer to laugh about it. And I just love you, and I hope you know how important you are, whether you do anything or not today. Maybe you just watch this video. Maybe you take a bunch of deep breaths, whatever you need to do to care for yourself in this moment. I hope you're able to do it and know that you are loved and you are worthy no matter what. Thanks for being here. And if you like this, please like and subscribe, so that I know that I'm helping you too. And yeah, I appreciate you, I love you, I care about you, and thank you for being here. Okay, so pre-wiring is done, I think. This is what I've done. So this is the grounding wire that is going to be my kitchen plug, and I put it all the way through here, down here, and then it comes out down here with all the other ones, and that is the end kitchen plug. I left about 2 to 3 feet on each end just for wiggle room, which is what I was told to do. Over here, this is going to be my shore power to the outdoors, so I just put that right there. And then this is going to be my other plug. I just put drive plug on there. This is extra because when I first wired, I realized I was doing the wrong wire I just got excited. So this is just extra. What I have here is the relay sensor. So that's gonna go from my battery back here to a switch, which is gonna connect, yeah, basically my battery and my car battery and the house battery, so they can charge each other when they need to. And then this is my main lights, and I've got that just going up here all the way down the back again too. And then this is my water pump, and back here I have my water heater. I still don't even know if I'm gonna do a water heater, but it's there if I need it. Oh, I was gonna use this guiding wire, but then I decided not to do that. Yeah, I didn't really have a good way to get this one across, other than I'm just gonna do it across this. So I'll probably tape that off. And I think that's it. Did I have anything else? Oh yeah, these are my bed lights, because I think I'll have some other LEDs here. And then this is what I did up here for my fan, for my Max fan. There's my wire here, going along there, and then down. Woo. No, I went this way actually. Yeah, so it was kind of interesting to find like which of these chambers were open or not and how they connected. It was a little more complicated than it looks from the outside. And again, I took some of my insulation out because it was a lot easier to guide the wires that way. But I mean, I'm gonna clean this up, but I think I'm done with my wiring, and I bought the perfect amount of the grounding wire. So yeah, I think we're good to go. Oh yeah, something else I did is I bought these grommets, and I put these grommets in here. I need some silicone. I think Dad has some. If not, I'm gonna buy some just to get these in here, so these wires aren't stripped as they go in and out of these kind of sharp. As you can see, I cut myself a little bit. There aren't very many places where I actually had to use that, so I bought this big old guy, but I don't really need that many of them. I guess it's better to have and not need than need and not have. So pre-wiring is done, y'all. As you can see, I have all these beautiful cords hanging out everywhere. I'll probably just wrap them up and make them look a little neater, because I'm gonna need them to be kind of out of the way when I start doing next things. For right now, I think next things are researching my solar needs and ordering that. I ordered my roof rack, and it has arrived, so I'm going to install that also. Try to do everything in the roof that I need before I put my insulation in my roof up. And then I think the next thing that I'm going to start is my floors. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Right now I'm researching ladders for the outside too, and they're pretty expensive. So I've just been trying to see if like that's what I have to pay or not. And then I've also been researching for fun an oven type situation. I had a friend that sent me, I don't know if I want to do like a lot of propane or if I just want to do like a little burner with butane. But there are these, if I want electric, I found a 1300 watt air fryer toaster oven combo that my friend sent me, and that looks pretty cool. It doesn't have the stovetop on it. The stovetop combos are, you know, $400 to $500, and this little combo is about $200, and it's electric. So I'm like, do I want to deal with all the propane, or do I want to make sure I have enough electric and solar at all times to run this little stove? So decisions. I'm still deciding on that. So if you have any thoughts about it and want to weigh in, I'm open to input, and would love to hear what you guys think. So for me, a big priority cooking in here is tangent, of course, again. is I want to be able to roast veggies and make a pizza if I want to, and you know, like maybe make cookies or whatever, because I love to cook. And I am primarily plant-based at home. I am plant-based at home. And yeah, so I just like to have a lot of variety in the things that I can make and cook. And I also realize, like, I don't want to rely on solar too heavily, because, you know, what if it's a rainy day and I want to make a pizza and I don't have a ton of batteries and I'm not driving anywhere, you know? Things to think about. So, propane. Do I want to do it? Things that I have to decide, and I can make a decision. So I just have to, but I don't have to right now. So yeah, thank you for watching. And this was actually pretty easy. The hardest part was deciding where I wanted my electric and all the components that I'm gonna need. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. I do have my one extra guy right here. And then I think for these two, I saw that you can like branch off of this for more plugs if you want more plugs. Like there's a way to do a connector like in series, I think, like I'm gonna do with the pug lights in the ceiling. Did I do my ceiling? I don't think I did my ceiling. Did I do my ceiling lights? I'm gonna go check on that. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope this was entertaining for you or informative, and if not, watch a million other videos on YouTube like I did, because there are people that make it look way easier than I did. Have a great day, and I will see you soon.